friends. Happy Easter. It still counts for Easter. We're in the Easter season for 50 whole days. See this nice plant here? This is called an Easter lily. A lot of times they have these lilies in churches for decorations, and sometimes people have them for decorations in their house. I thought you would like to see it. It's a lily. But I didn't really want to talk about lilies today. I want to talk about soundboard things. Remember last week we were talking about a new sound for letter A, when A says its own name, like apron, angel. And I told you last week, but I'm reminding you, that A counts for a vowel. And I thought we should look at the vowel chart. I brought it from school so I could show it to you. You've seen this before, but I just thought I should remind you. If it doesn't fall down. So these letters count for vowels. It's like a little family of letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the vowels. And we already talked about A could make this apple sound, and also the new sound A. And each one of these vowels can also say its own name. So today we're going to talk about E and I, both of them. We already know this sound when E goes egg. And we already know when I goes inchworm. But we're going to learn a new sound for E and a new sound for I. So if E says its own name, it's going to say E. And here's my example. What's the name of this kind of bird? Eagle. Eagle. And I'm thinking of the first woman that God ever made. What was her name? Eve. I don't have a picture of Eve, but she could go there. At night, sometimes we say it's evening. Look, I have my Easter earrings. Can you see it's the cross of Jesus? Earrings. And how about ear? So, E. One word that might be new to you for E is eel. Look at these fish. There's different kinds. They kind of look like snakes, but they count for fish. They have fins on them, and they're always in the water. They breathe through gills. These are eels. Hear that E sound? Eel. I know a lot of you are thinking about electric eels, but there's plenty of eels, lots and lots of different eels that are nothing to do with electric. Just regular eels swimming around. This is how you write eel. That's a different, see his fins here? Eel. You could fish an eel, catch it on a hook. You could cook it and eat it if you want. I never did, but you could. So these are my eels. I just thought you should see some different kinds of eels and not only think of electric eels. Now that E sound also sometimes comes at the end of a word. We don't usually talk about this on the soundboard, but since you've been learning sight words, I think we know this word. Think about it for a minute. See. So the S is making its regular sound. S, and listen, this is not going eh. These E's are saying E, see. And you also know this word. That's we. So W is making its regular sound, w. And here goes E saying E. W, E, we, see. Look, we see all these eels. So that's E. Remember I said we would also talk about I? And here's I saying its own name, ice cream. We would not say ice cream. That doesn't make any sense. Ice cream. So this will be like a double soundboard. This will be the line. These are the things that go E, and over here we'll have the things that go I. Now one word that everybody knows, I am showing you the words. And here's a plant. We're not talking about lilies now. I wonder if you know this plant. This might be new. No flowers. This is called ivy. Hear that I sound? Ivy. When it's not raining, you might want to go outside and look around and see. Sometimes there's ivy growing on the side of the house, or growing on a fence, or growing along the ground. Ivy. This is how you write ivy, if you're interested. Now, another word, some people might not know this word. Where am I going to put this picture? Is this good? I'm sorry this doesn't have any colors, but we see here some rocks and some dirt and some grass and a couple of trees, and all of this is water. And this is a bridge. So you could sail your boat, or row your rowboat, or swim in the water all the way around. So when there's some land that's in the middle of the water like that, what's that called? Island. Island. And I've got one more new word for you to think about. Here's a plant, not ivy, but it also starts like that. This is a beautiful spring plant. A lot of times it's purple, not every single time. This is called an iris. Iris. But this is also an iris. Of course, this is your I. And listen to that. I. But this is very strange. But the word I begins with E. It's not obeying the rules. But this black thing in the middle of your eye is called a pupil. What letter does that begin with? Pupil. Are we talking about that? But this blue part is the iris. Some people don't have a blue iris. You could have a brown iris. You could have a green iris. There's different colors of eyes. So this is the iris plant, and this blue part is the iris of your eye. So you've got some new words. Thinking about names that begin with I. We do have a pig at school named Irene. I'm not sure. Oh, and there could be a boy or a man named Ivan. So think if you could put any of that into your notebook. You need to get busy with you're going to do 2 pages in your notebook this week. All the E pictures have to go on 1 page. Don't get mixed up. And then on the next page, you put the I pictures. So you're going to be very busy this week doing 2 pages with some interesting words.